IACE. Q85. The UGC has the unique distinction of being the only grant-giving agency in the country which has been vested with two responsibilities, that of providing funds and that of coordination, determination and maintenance of standards in institutions of higher education. The University Grants Commission is a statutory organization established by an Act of Parliament in 1956, UGC Act, 1956. The UGC's mandate includes O. Promoting and coordinating university education. O. Determining and maintaining standards of teaching, examination and research in universities. O. Framing regulations on minimum standards of education. O. Monitoring developments in the field of collegiate and university education, disbursing grants to the universities and colleges. O. Serving as a vital link between the union and state governments and institutions of higher learning. O. Advising the central and state governments on the measures necessary for improvement of university education. Q86. A Skytrain, a NASA product, was in use for being bought by the GOV of the heart as a mode of transportation in the state, which will run on magnetic levitation. Maglev Skytrains would be pod-like, hanging on wire elevated magnetic track which would be 6 meters above the ground and its diameter would be equal to that of electric pole. It will also have very low electricity consumption of around 10 kilovolt. That to just for charging the pod Skytrain would move at the speed of 120-140 kilometers/h within the city, and in case of intercity journey, it would move at the speed of 240 kilometers/h, reducing the transportation time to a great extent. Q87. A orbiting the ringed planet Saturn and its numerous moons. The Cassini spacecraft unmanned has been and continues to be a keystone of exploration of the Saturnian system and the properties of gaseous planets in our solar system. Hence, Statement 1 is correct. A joint endeavor of NASA, the European Space Agency, or ESA, and the Italian Space Agency, Cassini, launched in 1997 along with the ESA's Huygens probe. Hence, Statement 2 is not correct. The spacecraft contributed to studies of Jupiter for 6 months in 2000 before reaching its destination, Saturn, in 2004 and starting a string of flybys of Saturn's moons. That same year it released the Huygens probe on Saturn's moon Titan to conduct the study of the moon's atmosphere and surface composition. Now in its second extended mission, which goes through 2017, Cassini will make the first observations of a complete seasonal period for Saturn and its moons. Q88. C National Waterway 4, Kakinada-Puchikari Final stretch 767 kilometers along with Godavari River stretch 171 kilometers between Rudrachalam and Rajamundry and Krishna River stretch 157 kilometers between Wazirabad and Vijayawada is termed as Northwest 4. Total length of Northwest 4 is 1095 kilometers. A network of irrigation navigation canal linking Jen and Inri ports in Tamil Nadu with the Kakinada port and Madhaipat ports in Andhra Pradesh runs through a distance of 618 km. The Kapanak canal and Eluru canal and Kobangar canal, which are irrigation navigation canal, also interlink the two major river systems of Godavari and Krishna. The Buddington Canal, which interlinks the Kobangar Canal with Chenaport, runs through a distance of 315 kilometers is tidal. The East Coast Canal stretch along with Brahmani and Mahanadi Delta River system is defined as Northwest 5. Q89. The state emblem of India is an adaptation from the Sarnak lion capital of Ashoka. www.freeupsmaterials.wordpress.com 18. www.visionis.in Copyright Vision IACE. The profile of the lion capital shows 3 lions mounted on the abacus with a Dharmachakra in the center, a bull on the right and a galloping horse on the left, and outlines of Dharmachakras on the extreme right and left. Q90. The Securities Appellate Tribunal Saturday is established under Section 15K of the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act, 1992, to exercise the jurisdiction, powers and authority conferred on the tribunal by or under the SCBI Act, 1992, or any other law for the time being in force. Hence, Statement 1 is correct. The tribunal is not bound by procedure laid down by Code of Civil Procedure but is guided by principles of natural justice and has powers to regulate its own procedure, including the places at which it shall have its sittings. Hence, Statement 2 is not correct. Any person aggrieved by a decision/order of Saturday may file an appeal to Supreme Court. Saturday is also empowered to review its own decisions. Hence, Statement 3 is correct. Q91.8 The Ministry of Corporate Affairs MCA administers the following acts of the central government: I Companies Act 2013, II Companies Act 1956, III Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008, IV the Competition Act 2002 as amended by Competition Amendment Act 2009, V the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, VI the Chartered Accountants Act 1949, VII the Cost and Works Accounts Act 1959, VII the Company Secretaries Act 1980, VIX Societies Registration Act 1860, and Indian Partnership Act 1932 in Centrally Administered Areas X the Partnership Act 1932, and XI Companies Donations to National Funds Act 1951. The Indian Trade Portal was launched under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The Bureau of Indian Standards Act 2016 is administered by the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Q92.A Leave Second is added to give Earth the opportunity to catch up with the atomic time. Recently, the world uses precision atomic clocks in many applications like satellites, where time is kept by measuring the movements of electrons in cerium atoms. Consequently, atomic time is constant, but the Earth's rotation slows by about 0.002 of a second per day. So leap seconds are essential to ensuring atomic time does not move away from time based on the Earth's spin. If it isn't corrected, such a drift would result in clocks showing the middle of the day occurring at night. Thus, it is not related to leap year, though coincidentally it was added in 2016, the leap year. Before 2016, it was added in 1972. Q93.C Statements 1 and 2 are correct. Central Groundwater Board was constituted as Central Groundwater Authority CGWA under subsection 3 of Section 3 of the Environment Protection Act 1986 for the purpose of regulation and control of groundwater management and development in the country. Q94.D Innovation in Science Pursuit for the Inspired Research. Inspire, the national program implemented by the Ministry of Science and Technology, is for attracting talent amongst students to study science and pursue a career with research through scholarships, fellowships, and mentorship. Knowledge involvement in research advancement through Nurturing is a flagship scheme launched by DSP for women. It provides opportunity to women scientists to pursue research in physical, mathematical, chemical and life sciences, etc. Focuses on S&D solutions at grassroots levels for social benefits. www.freeupsmaterials.wordpress.com 19 www.visionis.in Copyright Vision IAS. So Imprint India is a PAN-IIT and IISC joint initiative to develop a roadmap for research to solve major engineering and technology challenges in 10 technology domains relevant to India. Q95.E All options are correct. Some important central laws under MOL: the Minimum Wages Act 1948, the Payment of Wages Act 1936, the Payment of Bonus Act 1965, the Equal Remuneration Act 1976, the Trade Unions Act 1926, the Mines Act 1952, the Contract Labor Regulation and Abolition Act 1970, the Bonded Labor System Abolition Act 1976, the Factories Act 1948, the Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986, the Employment Exchange Compulsory Notification of Vacancies Act 1959, the Employees Provident Funds and Miscellaneous Provisions Act 1952, the Maternity Benefit Act 1961. Q96.E The Indian Coast Guard was formally established on August 18, 1978 by the Coast Guard Act 1978 of the Parliament of India as an independent armed force of India. It operates under the Ministry of Defence. The Coast Guard works in close cooperation with the Indian Navy, the Department of Fisheries, the Department of Revenue, Customs, and the Central and State Police Forces. The duties and functions of Coast Guards as enunciated in the Coast Guard Act includes safety and protection of artificial islands and offshore terminals, installations and devices in maritime zones, protection and assistance to fishermen at sea while in distress, preservation and protection of marine environment. prevention and control of marine pollution, assistance to customs and other authorities in anti-smuggling operations, and enforcing of enactments being enforced in the maritime zones and other matters, including measures for the safety of life and property at sea and collection of scientific data. Q97.B. A greenfield airport is a new airport which is constructed on an undeveloped site. Hence, it is not constrained by prior constructions. Brownfield Airport is continuing the development of an existing airport. Cochin International Airport is the world's first airport that draws 100% power through solar energy. Q98.A. Statement 1 is correct. Its objective is to celebrate unity and diversity of the nation and to promote the spirit of national integration through engagement between all Indian states and union territories. Statement 2 is correct. The states will undertake a unique partnership for 1 year which would be marked by cultural and student exchanges. Students of a particular state would travel to another state to learn each other's culture. Statement 3 is not correct. It is an initiative of the Ministry of Culture, not a joint initiative with Ministry of HRD. Benefits of Ekabarad Shreshtalbarad, though benefits of exchanges in areas of language, trade, culture, travel and tourism, though benefits of promoting one state to other state every year. www.freeupsmaterials.wordpress.com 20 www.visionis.in Copyright Vision IAS. Though the program also quite beneficial for the students who will travel over their states to meet new people and experience new life. Q99.CD has been pursuing the following 3-stage nuclear power program, though the first stage comprises setting up of pressurized heavy water reactors, PHWRs, and associated fuel cycle facilities. PHWRs use natural uranium as fuel and heavy water as moderator and coolant. Though the second stage envisages setting up of fast breeder reactors, FBRs, backed by reprocessing plants and plutonium-based fuel fabrication plants. Plutonium is produced by irradiation of uranium-238, though the third stage is based on the thorium-uranium-233 cycle. Uranium-233 is obtained by irradiation of thorium. Q100.C. Statement 1 is correct. In August 2015, the central government revised the national solar mission target of grid-connected solar power projects from 20,000 MW by 2022 to 100,000 MW by 2022. The center has envisaged to achieve the 100,000 MW target by setting up distributed rooftop solar projects and medium and large-scale solar projects. Statement 2 is correct. 2 categories under which the target will be achieved are: Category I, harvest 40,000 MW solar energy by setting rooftop solar panels. Category II, harvest further 60,000 MW solar energy through the collective efforts like Scheme for Decentralized Generation of Solar Energy Projects by unemployed youths and farmers, through PSUs, large private sector/IPPs, Solar Energy Corporation of India SECI under state policies and ongoing programs including